We're gonna talk about the perspective today, and especially about 1 point perspective. When we are talking about the some depth, then we want to show this depth in our drawing, painting, photography, or flat surfaces, and that really we don't have this space to show the depth, but we can create an illusion of the 3D on 2D. We call it perspective. The perspective can be linear perspective, and it's when we have a lot of line that we can use of them to show the depth. And for the linear perspective, we have different kind of linear perspective. The first one that we are just talking about that today is 1 point perspective. Uh, it is important that you know where we can find 1 point perspective. If you are in somewhere that you see the length of some things, and this length doesn't have to be very long length, it can be even in your room. But when we are looking of the length of some things like a street, like a hallway, like our room, again, as I told you, it doesn't have to be very long. It can be even our uh, room. Then we are looking of the 1 point perspective. In 1 point perspective, how you can see that it's a 1 point perspective? Remember that vertical lines, all of them still they are vertical. The horizontal line that you see, all of them you have to make them horizontal. This is the diagonal lines. Actually, the line like between floor and the wall, or in the roof or ceiling, that they change to diagonal lines, and for both sides you can see that they're getting closer to each other until all of them gonna meet each other in 1 point. That's why we call it 1 point perspective. First, I want you looking of the a lot of example to understand 1 point perspective. Again, look at the line that we have. Don't look at the vertical lines or horizontal lines, but all of the other lines, they're getting diagonal and they're getting closer to each other in 1 point, that we call it 1 point perspective. And the name is vanishing point, the point that all of the lines gonna meet each other and vanish. When we are looking of the room, our room, again, all of these lines, we see a square shape or rectangular shape here, and this is vertical. The vertical lines are vertical, but all of the lines that they are parallel with this line between ceiling and wall, or between wall and floor, all of the line that they are parallel with them, all of them have to go toward vanishing point. And where is the vanishing point? Vanishing point is in horizon. Then vanishing point must be on your horizon. And how you can find vanishing point? The vanishing point is on horizon line, and it is exactly across your eyes. Then if this is a vanishing point, the artist has to sit here. If we are looking of this one, that the vanishing point is not in the center, it's in the left side, then the artist was sitting here, somewhere here. Then it depends on where you're sitting, then you can find the vanishing point. For the vanishing point, you can use of the trees, you can use of this line, all of the lines that we have here, all of them can help us to find the vanishing point. When we have a cube, because it's going to be very, very different in the 2-point perspective. But when you're looking at the cube shape like that and the face of this is completely rectangular or a square, then this is 1-point perspective. It's not 2 points. Again, look at this. This is complete rectangular shape with the 90 degrees angle. Then this is 1-point perspective too. So how you're making it, it's I'm gonna start with some example that I have here, that it's showing that the artist is in the middle of the road and mostly standing. Then the vanishing point is here. I'm gonna show you in the different way, but you see that all of these lines, all of the lines, that they are parallel with this line or that line, all of them, they're gonna go toward the vanishing point. One thing that it's good about this one, when you're looking at the tiles that you have on the floor or on the ceiling, and you're gonna see how many you have, all of them gonna go through the going toward the vanishing point. And for find the horizontal lines, you're gonna come from the one corner. It can be this corner or this corner, and adding a diagonal lines from this corner of your drawing to the corner of the wall. And after that, everywhere that you have a cross section between line, this is the place that you can add your horizontal lines. All the painting or doors or whatever that you have on the wall, windows, you have a vertical line. You're gonna choose this vertical line, and then you're gonna connect it to the, like that one. Okay, connect the one that is closest to you. Okay, just you have to guess that how is the length of this window, and connect it to the from the top and bottom part of the line to your vanishing point. And after that, in the next step is that you're adding the other part of the windows to that. Okay, then we are adding the other things like furniture or cabinet or whatever that we have on we see in our hallway or 1-point perspective in the end, and we're gonna start with the shading it after that. But I'm gonna start with the 1-point perspective that I can see mostly here. Remember, it's important. If I'm looking at very, very long hallway, then I have to make this, back wall very small. Even it's not a small, but if you want to make a very long way, then it has to be a small. If it's not very, the length is not very long, then you're making your back wall larger. Okay, I want to start with the back wall, and this is the way that I'm starting. You can start with the back wall too, and this is the back wall that I have. And okay, this is first step. Then first step is, and you see that it's not completely horizontal. It's gonna make a problem for us. Then just be sure that you're making all of your lines here vertical and this one horizontal. You can use of rulers. Okay, but this is just the beginning of this. This is my back wall. This is the first step. Then first draw back wall. Okay, if you cannot see the back wall like you're in the road and you see horizon, then this is that you're making the horizon from the first place. But second is compare your eye level on wall. Okay, then I'm sitting here, I'm comparing, I'm sitting on the chair here, and when I'm compare my height and where is my eye with the wall, then this is me. I'm sitting here on a chair, okay, and okay, then this is how I can see the wall. This is my height, this is my eye level, then this eye level gonna be horizon or horizontal line, then this is horizontal line, then you'll find horizontal line in the third step. So where is vanishing point? If I'm sitting here, between my two eyes is vanishing point, then you have to find vanishing point 4. And from this part, it's some kind of the mistake that I see in a lot of my students is connection. You connect a vanishing point to corner of wall, then you're not gonna come like that, okay? It has to completely, this is important. Again, look at this, and you're gonna connect it to the corner of the wall and continue it, not wherever that it is, then you're gonna do it. This is the most important parts, and after that it's not very difficult. See, you cannot come from here, you have to connect it. Use of rulers to make a very perfect lines here. So after that it's getting easy. Then when we are looking of the, I have a windows in this part, and this is very close to me. I know that the windows start from here and it's going until almost here. Okay, let's I go and make a better drawing. Then now I'm gonna start with the making everything's with the ruler. And remember that everything must be in the perfect angle. Then this is first, horizontal line is here. I'm sitting here. Again, this is my, and this is my vanishing point. And after that was that I want to connect them together. And just continue with the don't continue this one. It's not, you see, if I want to continue this one, it's gonna go here. You have to connect each of them in individually. Then don't continue your lines and think that it's gonna be on the correct place. It's not. You see, if I want to continue this line in that part, then it's coming here. Each of them individually has to connect to these 4 corners, and you're gonna continue of this. Again, I'm gonna connect the first, I'm gonna see where is my windows. I have a windows, it's start from here and continue here. Then this is, and the vertical lines has to be vertical, then I'm just making it vertical. And from the top part of them and the bottom part of this, I will just connect them to the vanishing point. So where is end of the windows? This is the end. I have that space here. Then you're gonna come and make the end of this here. And I have some lines. You see, the lines is coming from the half of the, almost half of the windows. Then this one, that it's, you see, all of these lines are parallel with each other, and all of them that they are parallel with each other, they have to go to the toward the vanishing point. Then look at the lines, find the parallel lines and see which one is parallel. So when I'm looking at this part, okay, then I know that this is, I can see this part larger and this part is smaller. Then this is my window that I can see. Okay, I'm gonna make them, the lines, a little better after a while. Okay. And now I'm looking at the more details that I have. I have a cabinet here, okay? And when I want to make the cabinet, remember I can start from, because I have a space here that it's the width part of this. I can start from here, or I can start from that part. But this is the cabinet that I have. And I can see completely a rectangular shape. Then this is what I see. I have to adjust it. And from the top of this, let me bring a top a little lower, then it's gonna be better for my purpose. Actually, it's the same length of the horizon, but I want to make it smaller. Then, okay, I'm making a square or rectangular for the cabinet, and I'm gonna connect all of them. Remember these lines? These lines are parallel with these two. Then they have to go toward vanishing point. Then I'm gonna make the width of this and height of this. Okay, when you don't need this line anymore, you can just, I cannot see this part of wall, then I'm gonna just raise this line and yeah, and this is my cabinet that I have here, and I'm gonna make some things on that later. But I have another piece of furniture here. It's a sofa, that the sofa is here, and for making the sofa or your bed or whatever that you see, first making the width of this that you see, then it's coming from here to here. Then I'm looking after how much is the width. Remember that horizontal line, that it's parallel with this one, and vertical lines, they're not changing. Then when I'm making it, I know that they're not gonna change, but I'm just want to have the face of the sofa that I can see it. Then this is a small rectangular shape here, and a larger rectangular shape, and it's mostly trapezoid that I see here. Okay, then this is just the face of this. First, I'm making it very simple part that I see. Then let me adjust again. This line is the line that we don't need it. I'm done with them, but I need still my vanishing point has to be here. Then again, use of your rulers and connect the all part of this to the vanishing point. So I have the other part of the sofa here, and the sofa is, and then yeah, we have the almost a shape like that. This is the and I can add a little of the depth to it with continue with the arms and everything that I have here. Then this is the shape that I can see. You can adjust it later. Yes, mine is a little more curved here, but first make it very simple shapes and then adding, and this part is a little more like that. But this is just the details that we can add it later. I have a door here. Okay, I have a door that it's almost here, and it's that the height is like that. Then adding height first, and then again we're gonna connect the top part. The bottom part is connected, and I can see that the width gonna be here, and make it like that. But I have a depth here. It's then I'm coming with this depth here. First I'm making the horizontal line that I see. I know it's a very narrow rectangular shape that I have here. Then I'm gonna follow to make this rectangular shape. Remember, I'm coming until here, but it's not correct because this line is horizontal. Then it has to still be horizontal. From that part is that I'm connecting it to the vanishing point. Then it's gonna be almost a little lower than I put, and for that part, because it's a hallway and it's going to the left side, the only things that I'm doing is I'm raising this part and continue this horizontal line like that. Then I have a some hallway here. Then if I have a painting on the wall, and I can say that I have few, this is like exactly like what we did here, is that I'm looking up the height of this. It's higher than the doorway, then it's from here, and it's pretty large. It's coming like that. Then first make it parallel with this one. Then this is the length of this. Then continue and connect the bottom part and top part of the painting here. My painting, the width is that much. Then it's gonna be my painting that I have here. And after that, you're gonna just erase all of the lines that you don't need it. And in the end, even you're gonna erase the vanishing point. This is the first step. You're gonna start with the just line drawing. We're gonna add after that. You see, if I forgot about this part. If I don't have, but if I have some tiles here, and it is, for example, 6, 7 tiles here, first divide them to the equal part, okay? And after that, just connect them and to the vanishing point, each of them, and continue. Then everything depends on vanishing point. Don't forget that it's very important that you have a good place for your vanishing point. Okay, and it can be another one here, it cannot be that. Okay, then this is the line for the our vanishing point. I can start for the where is the horizontal line, I can start from this and make it very light, very, I'm making it darker because I want you see them, but you don't make it dark. Okay, then wherever that I see that these diagonal lines and the tile lines, they intersect with each other, you're making your horizontal line. Then it's gonna be like that. This is the second one. Be sure that you're making your lines horizontal. And this one. And this one is the last one. Okay, then this is how we are making the tiles. After that, this is the first one that we are making, and after that, for shading it, I want you're using of hatching and cross hatching. For the hatching and cross hatching, you're using of the some marks that they are parallel with each other. I have a good darkness here, then I'm making the hatching and coming with the cross hatching on them. This is a very good place for just using of the hatching and cross hatching, because you have a lot of flat part that you don't need to follow the curve of them. Remember that as you're getting closer to the lighter part or medium part, have more space between your marks. Then it can be more space, but you cannot leave it blank. This is the part that you don't have to forget. Don't leave it blank. If it's very light here, then I'm gonna add just very light and with a good space between them, but I'm not gonna leave it just blank. If I'm looking after my darker sofa that I have here, and this part is very dark, but this part is not, then I'm making even a lot of overlapping with my marks. Remember that this is the lighter part, we have the windows next to it, but this part again I have some shadow. The shadow is darker here, but it's getting a little by little lighter. And this part is pretty light. Then I have to and you're going to continue with the hatching and cross hatching. I'm gonna add add a presentation for the hatching and cross hatching. Again, it's using of pencil. I'm using of the mechanical pencil. I don't want to use of the very thick lines. I like to have a light lines. Remember, if I'm making my lines like that, then my walls not gonna be flat anymore. Then be sure that what your marks doing here still has to show the our objects, how it's eye object. Don't come from the top to bottom like that. You see, it's not a nice marks. When you want to make the marks, just start with the smaller marks and making it again. This is the dark part that I have, and using of the small marks and fine lines, not a very big and fast lines, and then start to making them, you know, maybe larger, longer, but not like you want to just finish it and you just want to cover it. Okay, so that's it for today.